Well, hey there, everyone. Julia Winger Quay here. Welcome to my You Me Us Tribe channel. and I thank you so much for tuning in and giving me a listen. I think my glasses are a little askew. Anyway, I was trying to do this just a minute ago, and because I'm doing these in my car, seems to be my office these days. I had somebody that knocked on my window and interrupted my flow of messages coming through, and so now I'm doing it over again. But I always know when that happens, there are no accidents, and obviously it was being either messed with because the darker forces, what I call the ankle biters, they're also known as archons, will do things like that when they know that you're shedding light and you're bringing something that's important or positive or uplifting through to the masses. So they will intervene. They will, nudge somebody to stop you in some way. I mean, this is kind of stuff that's been happening for a long time with those of us who are known as light workers, spiritual warriors here for the higher good. This is kind of a typical thing that happens, unfortunately, to sort of stop us in our tracks. And you are seeing this happen a lot on YouTube now, of course, because some of the biggest whistleblowers out there are being shafted. Their videos are being taken down. They'll put stuff on that's so awakening and so transformative for the masses, but they don't want that because you're interfering with their agenda, which is to continue to brainwash and manipulate and control and spread the lies and deception to the world. And so if you're somebody like myself or any of the other ones coming out and sharing information to help the world wake up, this is what happens. So it's not surprising when it does, but it doesn't stop any of us because we keep going. It is that we have come here to be part of this during this time to lift you up, to help you to stay out of fear, to help you to understand from a higher perspective what's really going on. When I say higher perspective, meaning a spiritual understanding of why this is happening. And it is all for our evolvement as a species, as humanity, so that we can reach other dimensions, higher dimensions, where we really are prophesied to go now. We cannot stay stuck in a third dimensional mentality that believes in fear and pain and chaos and suffering, and then inflicts that upon humanity by doing a lot of evil and dark things. That's just not flowing with the divine. It is not in the spiritual laws for that to continue to happen any longer. I mean, it is a true violation of spiritual law with what they are getting away with now. And if you're watching some of what I'm sharing, you know already I'm talking about the dark cabal that is working very hard, desperately, to try and stay in power and to force their agendas on all of us to take away our freedoms and our human rights. And there's so many of us now that are stepping up because we have come here to do that for this time period. We have chosen to help the world in our way to awaken. And so whatever I can do to be that light for you, to help you navigate more successfully, more confidently through this time, then I'm going to do that. And every day I'll come to you with messages, and hopefully they will be messages that will inspire you and motivate you, because that's really what I'm here to do. I am a spiritual, intuitive mentor, messenger, healer, visionary, peacemaker, writer, singer-songwriter, and I'm here to do that. It's simply what I am here to experience and then share with you, is giving you messages that bring you hope, that bring you some kind of peace. And I'm just sort of doing a stream of consciousness. I don't know ever what I'm going to say when I do these videos. It just comes through me. I say a prayer before I share them with you. And I ask God, all the universe, my spirit guides and angels of the true light, to come through me and share what is necessary to help you in my way. And there's so many others doing the same. We're all in this together, and we're here to bring some greater understanding for why this is all happening, and what we're needing to do, what the next steps are to be okay. We will be okay. This is the greatest testing right now for all of us in this world. And some of us are not going to handle it well, and others are going to, be able to, because they have a stronger spiritual understanding, they're going to be able to navigate more successfully. They're going to be able to feel peace and comfort and joy no matter. They're going to go and do what they need to do to make things work in this different world we live right now. But it is to get us into a higher consciousness. So the other thing I wanted to share is the reason things are so incredibly chaotic and dark is that the planet is moving into the fourth dimension. And then from there, going into the fifth dimension, which is where love and peace and unity and brotherly love resides. That's the consciousness in the fifth dimension, where we don't experience any of this insanity any longer. It's a whole other new world. That's where we're being pulled now to go. And it's important that you understand that this is the process. So rising from the third dimension into the fourth dimension is very tricky and is intense, because we're not, all of us, aligned with that higher frequency, that higher vibration that the fifth dimension is all about. And so our bodies have to come up, shift up. The frequencies have to shift up into that vibration. And we're not comfortable because we're not there yet. And so it is going to feel very misaligned. And only when you have the consciousness, the awareness that that's what is happening here, can you relax and let it be and transmute it. Whenever the dark stuff comes up, get still with yourself and transmute it, because it's here to teach you. It's teaching all of us that we don't have to accept it anymore. These are all mind games. It is a mind game here. And you can choose the thoughts, or you can say, no, that doesn't serve me any longer. That doesn't serve my highest and best interest. It doesn't serve my good, and cancel it out. But it really is something that you have to be aware of, so aware of every single day, that when those negative thought forms come up and you get afraid, you say, I can choose this or I can let it go, because it's not the truth for me. It's not real. It's part of the illusion that I'm here to bust. And that's the better way to navigate through this time. Because I mentioned in one of my other videos that this is a world dark night of the soul. And how do you navigate through that? You navigate through it by being consciously aware that there's another part of this that you're missing, and that other part is the divine love that is here for all of us if we align with it, a higher frequency and energy that we can lift into. It's called coming from your heart self, where God and love and light and unity resides. That's where the still small voice resides. So when you go there, your world starts to change. When you see everything through the eyes of love and peace and compassion for each other, no matter whether that's somebody you agree with or not, you put that vision out that you are transmuting your darkness so that they can transmute theirs, because we're all one. We are all of the same consciousness here in this 3D, and we're being asked to rise out of it now because it no longer serves the world. It no longer serves humanity or Mother Earth. There's been a terrible atrocity that's happened here. And so this is why this is happening now. We've been pushed into this for a greater world to come, to open the way for the 1,000 years of peace once we get through all this. So I hope this has helped you to understand a little more